Astrology, the unlikely guide to your spiritual awakening. The sky was never just decoration. Most people think astrology is about daily horoscopes, love compatibility, and whether Mercury's trying to ruin their week. But what if it's not? What if the stars were never meant to predict your future, but to wake you up from the illusion of separation? The universe has always been whispering through constellations, yet only a few ever learn how to listen. And once you do, your entire reality starts to shift in ways that defy logic. You see, astrology isn't superstition, it's a sacred language of energy, a mirror of your spiritual growth, and one of the most overlooked keys to personal awakening. The ancients knew it. Modern science just hasn't caught up yet. Each planet, each Hertz vibration in the cosmos, resonates with your soul's frequency. The more you understand it, the more your consciousness expands, revealing the path toward healing, self-knowledge, and alignment with your higher self. And here's the paradox. Astrology was never about looking up. It's about looking within. The map of the heavens is actually the map of your inner universe, patiently waiting for you to decode it. Once you do, life stops happening to you and starts happening for you. Sounds unbelievable. Wait until you see how the planets, the energies, and the mysticism behind your chart can unlock a spiritual portal to the life your soul has been trying to remember all along. Topic 1. The Cosmic Mirror. How the stars reflect your inner world. It's funny how people look up at the sky searching for answers, yet forget that the same universe spinning above is also spinning within. Astrology isn't just about predicting the future. It's a mirror reflecting the soul's path, the energetic signature of your true self. When one begins to notice how planetary movements affect their mood, relationships, or even dreams, they start realizing that reality is far more intertwined with the cosmos than they ever imagined. This awareness marks the beginning of an awakening, a subtle shift from ordinary perception to spiritual vision. Each zodiac sign carries a frequency, like a Hertz tone vibrating through the field of consciousness. For instance, when someone feels inexplicably drawn to solitude during a full moon, it isn't random, it's energy work in motion. The moon, being the keeper of emotions, stirs the tides of the soul, guiding personal and spiritual development in mysterious ways. The wise ones don't fight this rhythm, they learn to meditate with it, allowing the energy to align them with their higher self. But here's where it gets really interesting. Astrology doesn't control you, it awakens you. Once you see your chart not as destiny, but as a map for personal growth, everything changes. You stop resisting life's flow and start working with it, like tuning an instrument to the right energetic frequency. This process opens a spiritual portal, where each planetary aspect becomes a lesson for self-knowledge, healing, and transformation. And yet, what happens when those cosmic lessons start shaking your life from the inside out? Topic 2. The Blueprint of the Soul, Understanding Your Birth Chart. When someone looks at their birth chart for the first time, it's like staring into a cosmic mirror reflecting every layer of their spiritual growth. The moment they were born, the universe captured a snapshot of energy, a sacred map showing both their gifts and the challenges their soul chose for this lifetime. This isn't about fate written in stone. It's about understanding the energetic architecture of your true self. Your chart whispers, "Here lies your calling. Here lies your healing." Those who dare to listen begin their true awakening. Think of each planet as a teacher, each sign as a classroom, and each aspect as a conversation between your inner forces. Venus speaks of love, Mars of drive, Saturn of discipline, each guiding you toward deeper self-knowledge and personal development. The sun tells you what energizes your consciousness, while the moon reveals what soothes your inner peace. The trick isn't memorizing symbols but feeling them, meditating with their energy, observing how they move through your reality, and realizing how your higher self orchestrates every moment. Sometimes, understanding your chart feels like finding the manual to your existence. You realize why certain relationships seem karmic, why certain dreams repeat, or why you feel an invisible pull toward spiritual isolation during times of transformation. Astrology unveils those hidden scripts, not to limit you, but to liberate you. Because once you know your design, you can rewrite your destiny, and that's when the true energy work begins. But how do these cosmic lessons actually play out in your everyday life? Topic 3. Planetary Teachers, Lessons Hidden in the Sky. Every planet acts like a mentor, carrying messages from the universe that are meant to shape one's spiritual awakening. Saturn, for example, is that strict teacher nobody likes, yet everyone needs. It tests patience, demands discipline, and pushes for personal growth. Jupiter, on the other hand, expands everything it touches, inviting you to believe in abundance and spiritual development. When people begin to interpret these planetary movements, not as punishment but as energy work, life stops feeling chaotic and starts feeling divinely orchestrated. Each transit becomes an opportunity for healing, a moment to align your vibration with your higher self. When Mercury goes retrograde, for instance, instead of panicking about communication issues, one can meditate and revisit old ideas that were once left behind. It's in these cycles that the soul refines its purpose, growing in awareness and consciousness. Every planetary dance whispers a reminder. The cosmos isn't against you. It's guiding you toward inner peace. Yet, even with all this celestial wisdom, many resist the rhythm of their chart. They cling to control, ignoring that astrology is not about surrendering to fate, but flowing with it. The planets don't dictate your reality. They simply illuminate your path. The more you trust this process, the more your energetic frequency elevates. But there comes a moment when the lessons intensify, when energetic hypersensitivity begins, and you start feeling everything on a deeper level. Topic 4. Energetic hypersensitivity. When the universe speaks through you, as one deepens their spiritual awakening, sensitivity heightens. Sounds, emotions, and even other people's energy begin to feel louder, heavier, or lighter than before. This energetic hypersensitivity isn't a curse. It's evidence that your soul is tuning to a higher hertz of awareness. Suddenly, crowded places feel overwhelming, and solitude feels sacred. You start realizing that not everything you feel belongs to you. Some of it is the universe whispering through your expanded consciousness. Meditation becomes essential here, not as an escape, but as grounding. Sitting still, breathing deeply, and visualizing light cleansing your energy field can help you restore inner peace. Tools like crystals, sound frequencies, or even soft music in 430 Hz can realign your vibration when the world feels too heavy. It's in these moments that one learns to become the guardian of their spiritual portal, protecting the energy that sustains their awakening. Still, heightened awareness brings another challenge: isolation. As you rise in vibration, not everyone will understand you. The old conversations, habits, and even friendships might feel misaligned. This stage can feel lonely, but it's a sacred passage toward self-mastery. And as this solitude deepens, something unexpected begins to emerge. Topic 5. Spiritual isolation, the quiet before transformation. At some point in every spiritual awakening, the seeker enters a period of profound spiritual isolation. It feels as if the universe has gone silent, as if all the signs, synchronicities, and energies that once guided you suddenly disappear. But this silence isn't abandonment, it's initiation. It's the higher self saying, now, it's time to hear your voice. In this stillness, self-knowledge becomes your anchor. During this phase, the outer world loses its charm, and the inner one becomes the new frontier. The seeker learns that solitude is not emptiness, it's spaciousness. Through meditation, journaling, and quiet reflection, they discover their true self waiting beneath the noise. Many ancient mystics, from monks to shamans, spoke of this dark night of the soul as a vital step toward enlightenment and spiritual growth. Ironically, the deeper the isolation, the closer one gets to divine connection, because when you no longer depend on external energy, your own spiritual energy strengthens. You begin to feel the universe not as something out there, but as something alive within. Yet, after this sacred emptiness, something extraordinary follows, the great transformation, where the old self dissolves to make space for the new. Topic 6. Transformation, the death and rebirth of the self. Transformation is rarely gentle. It shakes your reality to rebuild your soul. Old patterns crumble, relationships shift, and beliefs once held as truth begin to fade. It's the spiritual equivalent of a snake shedding its skin. Painful? Absolutely, but necessary for personal development. The universe never takes without replacing. It simply removes what no longer resonates with your energetic frequency. In this phase, one might experience physical sensations, tingling, pressure in the head, waves of energy, all signs that the energetic portal within is expanding. It's a recalibration of consciousness, a renewal of the higher self. By trusting this process, you're not losing your identity. You're rediscovering the parts of yourself that were hidden beneath fear, conditioning, and illusion. This is true healing, the kind that goes beyond logic and enters the realm of mysticism. Those who embrace transformation without resistance begin to live in flow. Life becomes synchronistic, intuition sharpens, and the world seems to speak directly to them. They start to embody inner peace, effortlessly radiating the vibration of love. But there's one more revelation waiting beyond transformation, the moment when you finally recognize your calling, the reason your soul chose this lifetime. Topic 7. The calling. Remembering why you came here. When the storms of transformation settle, what remains is clarity, a deep remembrance of why you're here. This calling is not always grand or public. Sometimes it's simply about living with awareness, kindness, and alignment with your true self. The universe begins to guide you through synchronicities, intuitive nudges, and dreams that feel more like messages than illusions. This is the stage where spiritual awakening becomes service. Your growth starts uplifting others. You begin to notice how your presence influences the energy of a room, how your words can heal, and how your vibration can help others elevate their souls. You realize that spiritual development isn't about escaping the world, but embodying light within it. It's about living your spiritual vision daily, whether through art, compassion, teaching, or simply being fully present. The divine work continues through you, naturally, like breath. And yet, this awareness opens an even greater mystery. If every birth chart is a cosmic plan, and every soul a piece of divine consciousness, then what happens when humanity awakens together? What kind of energetic transformation could that collective realization bring to the planet itself? The stars were waiting for you to remember. Now that you've glimpsed the cosmic architecture behind your life, the real question is, what will you do with it? Will you keep living on autopilot, letting fate write your story? Or will you finally take the pen, guided by the rhythm of the universe, and co-create with your higher self? Astrology isn't about memorizing signs or predicting luck. It's about awakening to your true self, aligning your energy and walking through that spiritual portal that's been open all along. Every planetary alignment, every surge of energy, every challenge you face is an invitation to meditate, heal, and elevate your soul. The stars don't command, they mirror. They reveal the sacred choreography of your spiritual development, waiting for you to dance with it consciously. And maybe that's the secret. The more you learn their rhythm, the more you remember who you truly are. An infinite being exploring itself through personal growth and transformation. So tell me, which part of your chart do you feel calling you right now? What lesson from the universe are you finally ready to embrace? Share it in the comments. Your story might just awaken someone else's light. And if this message resonated with you, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because this journey through the stars is just beginning, and your spiritual awakening has only just begun.